Good afternoon to you. Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com, here with your Hurricane Pro and HD video blog for Monday, the 28th of October, 2013. In the Atlantic Basin, things are quiet, of course. Nothing going on out there right now. In the Eastern Pacific, we have Hurricane Raymond. Yep, it made it to a hurricane again. Top wind's 85 miles per hour right now. And if we look at the forecast track over the next several days, again, it's going to kind of slow down and eventually dissipate over this area well to the southwest of the Baja Peninsula. So if you have plans to go to the Baja, Cabo San Lucas, or any of the resort areas off the coast of Mexico, no worries there. Now, there is more development trying to take shape, it looks like, down in this region over the next few days. If we look at a satellite picture of the Eastern Pacific, that region's staying quite active in juxtaposition, fancy word for you, to what's been going on in the Atlantic. This area right here could try to develop. The global models showing that over the next several days. And it won't be long before the National Hurricane Center begins to what we call outlook this and start discussing the possibilities for this to develop. So we'll have to watch. Both these systems combined, you can see the moisture streaming off of Raymond. And this system too, once it gets going, moisture should start peeling off of it and streaming off to the north and east as we get sort of this subtropical jet stream coming out of the East Pacific. So times are changing as we get deeper into fall. Different weather patterns set up, and these two systems going to start providing moisture to Texas, for example, where there could be an increase in heavy rainfall over the next several days. So it's different as the season progresses. Looking down the road, again, I was talking about the MJO here the last few days. The European model here showing quite an amplification into the favorable areas that we look for development in the Atlantic Basin, and that's phase 1 and 2. The Euro definitely showing that. But when we go look at the guidance, the model guidance, let's just jump out to 5 days here. This is day 5 on the latest GFS model. And there's an increase in moisture overall down here. Let me outline that in red a little better to show up for you. Increase in moisture in the Caribbean Sea. Definitely fairly low pressures, sub 1010 millibars, but nothing really taking shape. If we go look, that was day 5. Go all the way out to a week into the first few days of November. Maybe something tries to get going with broad low pressure in the Caribbean Sea, but the GFS is pretty good at sniffing out development, what we call tropical cyclogenesis, and it really isn't showing anything that you can hang your hat on and say, that looks like it's going to develop, and let's see if the other models start to follow suit. None of the global models really show anything of any consistent nature developing over the next several days, so we'll see. Maybe this MJO pulse will come and go, and nothing will come of it or from it. But it might take a little bit of time, too. I think I need to point out that this represents 2 weeks right here, all these different dots. This goes out to the 11th of November. So maybe once the Madden Julian oscillation gets into these phases here, and we're already in those phases and not predicted to go into those phases, that the models will start to detect something, or it may be that nothing's going to happen, and we're going to end the hurricane season on a very quiet note. Once we get out of October, we just have November left and those 30 days, and we'll be all done. Pretty good. So far, so good. No major calamities anywhere in the Atlantic Basin, not on the scale of what we could have seen had the season been as active as forecast. Well, that is it from me for today. Have a good rest of your Monday. Thanks for tuning in. Again, I am Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com, for Hurricane Pro and HD. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.